Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. A little tough on the secondary there, end zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Gainwell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Chiefs are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Throwing to start the drive. Clayton. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll go with a keeper, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and that leads to a Los Angeles first down. And the Rams at 2 and 14 in what's been a tough year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, You've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
The slot man in motion right. On second down, it's Sutton, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Off the play fake. Clayton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. Across the formation, Hardman gets the completion. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Rams' 23-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kenneth Gainwell. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell with career touchdown number 70. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Chiefs 14, Rams nothing.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Clayton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman. Touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw. Clayton, open man, and again it's Sutton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Joshua Williams.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Off play action. Clayton. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Clayton, and it's caught. Touchdown, Rams. Dawson Knox from 4 yards out. And the Rams get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
What's good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skip.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 14 yards that time for number 14. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throwing on first down. Clayton. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Back to throw. Clayton. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
It's Joshua Williams with a pick. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down and they'll have to throw it anyway.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half.
42, Rams 7.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Sutton, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guy stopping the run.
Oh, he's hit. He lost gets the football, put it on the carpet. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Looking to throw. Clayton. Finding room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent,
who did things largely below the radar. Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
They'll run on first down. It's Sutton. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
Looking to throw on second down. Clayton, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes
locates Hardman for another catch. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Let's get it right now.
They run behind center with Gainwell.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Patrick Mahomes with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. On 1st down, it's Sutton. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Clayton. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams are able to at least get one score back.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Lutz with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Out to his, and he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A handoff as they run the counter play. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, This is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. In motion left goes a tight end. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Rams' 28-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays harder.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Potter. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So 3rd down. They need to get to the 28 for a first. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd and 2, Clayton. He completes this to Sutton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
To throw on 2nd down, Clayton. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. Clayton. He's got it.
And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw. Clayton, and it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs,
they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for L.A.,
it's been a sinking ship all season, to be frank, as they finally draw the curtain on what will be a 2-15 year.
And you have to figure that this is a team that will look a whole lot different come training camp next July.